Xin chào mọi người. Ôi, tôi có phụ đề tiếng Việt thử đâu. Có thể ở đây, ở kia. Không biết, YouTube có sẽ tiếng Việt hoặc tiếng Anh. So English, tiếng Việt. So this video I'm going to be answering some of the questions that I received about swimming the Saigon River. But I'm going to start with the most important question of them all. Some people thought I faked this video, how I filmed it, how I edited it. I didn't actually swim across the Saigon River. So I'm going to explain quite a bit, but first off, at the end of this video, if you guys want to watch the full footage of the video, you can. My friend Gui was filming with his camera on his boat while he's also flying his drone, because I have footage from the drone and then footage from his camera on his boat. It's quite boring, so you're probably going to need to fast forward through it, but you can watch the full thing there and you can see what I was working with for editing, because I have drone footage and then I have the boat footage, and they're not the best, so I had to put something together, and that's that. So first off, yes, I did. I swam across the Saigon River, and I actually swam probably a little bit more because I wanted to get a good shot with the drone of me coming to the final end of it. So I swam the Saigon River and a little bit more. I didn't really expect people to think I faked this, because to be honest, it's not, in my opinion, not that big of a deal. For those who've been following my channel for a while, you can see that I'm adventurous. I like to try things, especially enjoy doing things that require like an athletic feel or kind of like a physical aspect. So let me give you some examples, and I'll put some photos for you guys, the ones that I can find. When I was 19 years old, I qualified for a duathlon world championships. So this was a cycling and running event where I traveled to Italy representing Team USA. Later on, I've done a double century. A double century is a bicycle ride that's over 200 miles, and I actually rode there and rode back home rather than driving, so I did over 200 miles that day. This is something you guys could Google my name and you can find. I've ridden a bicycle from Canada to Mexico in 18 days, cycling 100 to 120 miles a day, sleeping in a tent without a phone, without a computer, using paper maps. I've also circled Southeast Asia on a bicycle, in sandals, without a phone, without a computer, using paper maps again. I've climbed mountains in the United States, and I've done many things when it comes to athletics, because I've always enjoyed this. And when I thought about swimming across the Saigon River, I didn't actually think it was that big of a deal. It's far, but it's not that far. It's something that I assumed wouldn't really require any training, and I just decided to do it. In conclusion, yes, I swam across the Saigon River, and I did a little bit more. I did not receive any assistance from my friend Gui from Tubo Yanya, who had his boat that you guys saw in the video. You know, when I do something like this, I'm very determined, and I'll pretty much stop at nothing. So yeah, again, I didn't actually think it was that big of a deal. And for those that are like, all right, well, prove it. Well, I wouldn't swim across the Saigon River again. If I were to swim across something again, it's going to be bigger and longer. You have the Domnai River, you have the Mekong River, but those are rivers I feel very confident that I cannot do just winging it and trying it first try. I would actually have to swim and practice in order to do that. But never say never. So why did I choose to swim across the Saigon River to celebrate? That's a good question. I haven't thought much about it. I don't know. Thought it'd be fun. Something exciting. I'm around the Saigon River all the time. I see it nearly every day. I was like, why not? Let's swim across it. I don't really have no answer. It's just kind of a spur of the moment. Let's swim across the Saigon River. All right, what part did I swim across? I'm not 100% certain because I don't know every part in the city, but I believe it was near Taodian, the Ben Gui, across in that direction. There's other parts that are narrower, and I didn't want to swim there, but that part my friend had his boat where he can help me if I died or I drowned. So how long did it take me? I had to look back at the video footage, which I mentioned that will be at the end of the video. It took me around 7 minutes and 15 seconds, plus or minus 10 seconds. Did I drink any water? Well, did I drink any water while I'm swimming, like a bottled water, or did I drink any water from the actual river when I'm swimming across? Neither, but I did get some water in my mouth, but I tried really hard not to get any water in my mouth, my nose, my eyes, or my ears. But I had a little bit in my mouth, but I was able to spit it out. Because when I'm swimming across, I'm keeping my head up quite high. So no, I didn't get any water in both ways. No bottled water or no water from the actual river. Was I tired? Yeah, really tired. I swam maybe 30% and I'm like, this is gonna be harder than I thought. I had to swim, take a break, just kind of float there, swim a little bit more, float, and then kind of like swim, I don't know, like this. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if swimming strokes, breaststroke. I don't know, I just know breaststroke. But yeah, so I was very tired, really tired. More tired than I expected. Did I get sick or have any problems after swimming across the Saigon River? No, nothing yet. It's been maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know when I'm posting this video. Sometimes I'll post it soon, but no issues. Because I always have cuts. I'm in the countryside all the time and I'm always cut. Like for example, I just cut my finger and I have no idea how I cut my finger. I just noticed it was bleeding and I was like, I just got cut. I'm always cut. I always have some sort of injury. But when I swam across the Saigon River, I didn't have any open wounds. I didn't have any issues in that regard, so I was okay. But swimming across, I did not get cut. I was a little concerned with fish hooks because sometimes people fishing, the hooks get stuck and just normal. So I was hoping not to step on anything, but it's only shallow on the two ends. Did I film it before or after 100,000 subscribers? Of course I filmed it before. Because if I filmed it after I got it, sometimes it takes me forever to edit a video. Because especially recently I've been really busy with my work and I've been able to put up a lot of videos. So when I film a video, I don't know when I'll be able to post it. But yeah, I filmed it before. Do I plan to swim across other rivers in Vietnam? I guess I've already swam across smaller rivers in Vietnam. I have some ideas. I don't want to mention them now. I have one idea, and I think it'll make the Saigon River look like nothing. But that will require more resources and a lot of time, and I hope I can do it. I know I can do it, but there's other variables that I have to consider in order for me to do it, and I don't know yet, but what I have in mind, really want to do. And I know I got a lot of comments talking about like the dangers of swimming across the river. I'm not a complete idiot. Some things that I do are borderline stupid. The older I get, I would like to think I'm wiser. I like to think so. Definitely take more precautions than I would have when I was young. But yeah, so in the river, because you have the current, which surprisingly it wasn't that bad. I was expecting for it to push me down quite a bit, but it didn't push me down that much. I went during high tide just to make sure there's more water I can swim across. Boat traffic, I did have to wait for one big boat to finish crossing my path before I swam. There was only that one boat. That's why with my friend Gui, he was there just in case something like that would happen. I know a lot of comments, I've seen a lot of comments in regards to like pollution. Yes, the Saigon River is not necessarily the cleanest of rivers, but most rivers in major cities all around the world are polluted and have some sort of problem. More of like the bacterial content is for infection and other issues. After I finished, it started raining quite heavily, so I got like a free bath, free shower, and then I took a shower afterwards. But again, I mentioned earlier, I didn't have any open cuts. I've had a couple infections in Vietnam, but surprisingly, my time in Vietnam, I haven't had any really serious issues. In the United States, I've had a lot of problems. I can make a video of sharing stories if you guys want in the future, but in the US I've had problems. Vietnam, just minor things. Was I nervous or were other people nervous? I was not nervous before I did it because I knew I could do it, but the day of I was more nervous, and then when I'm actually in the water I'm like, this is a lot longer than I thought. My friend Gui, because I mentioned to him before because he was going to help me. He had my life vest just in case something happened, and he had his boat there. But he was probably more occupied with his drone and trying to film than paying attention to me. But that's okay, because he told me afterwards. But my friend Gui was very nervous. His mom was super nervous. She thought I was going to die, but I didn't. So just to recap, yes, I swam across the Saigon River, and I honestly did not think it was that big of a deal. For you guys, again, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it more than you can imagine. I have a lot of things coming up. Right now I'm finishing up with some of my work in Hanoi. I have a cousin visiting, and I'm changing apartments, so there's kind of a lot happening. I don't have a lot of free time at the moment to make videos. But I have some, I think it'll be pretty cool. I got some interesting things coming up for you guys. Feel good. I think you guys are gonna like it. It's gonna be very different from what I usually do. And also I want to give a big shout out to my friend Gui from Tupu Yanya. He's the guy that helped film everything. He was there for me just in case I died. But yeah, so you guys go check out Gui's channel from Tupu Yanya. And now for the very long footage, you guys can watch me swim across. And again, the footage is not very exciting, so you can see what I was working with to make a video. So it's that or the drone footage. But you have it, and it's, I think, around 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 30 seconds that I'll have up there. Alright, enjoy.
Yeah.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Back up.
Yeah, ready. Go.
Go back.
Wave. Dustin, I cannot see you. Just a second, Dustin. Oi. Yeah. Wait, Dustin. Wait for me.
Halfway through, super tired already. I should have done something for training. Hope it out. By the way, I don't ever swim just in the water, just catching animals. But swim